You're listening to All of It on WNYC. I'm Alison Stewart. This hour, we're taking a trip way down to Hadestown. For the first time since the Tony Award-winning musical opened in 2019, Hadestown has launched an all-new cast for all 5 principal roles. We were lucky enough to welcome that new cast and amazing band for a live event in the Greene Space as part of our series, Broadway on the Radio. That new cast includes Paulo Szot as Hades, Rebecca Naomi Jones as Persephone, Morgan Dudley as Eurydice, Jack Wolfe as Orpheus, and Kurt Elling as Hermes. You'll hear my conversation with the cast in just a minute, and if you want to watch along, you can find the video of this event on WNYC's YouTube channel. But now, here is Kurt Elling and the cast of Hadestown with a special live performance of Road to Hell.
Once upon a time there was a railroad line. Don't ask where, brother, don't ask where. It was the road to hell. It was hard times. It was a world of God and man. It's old song. It's old town from way back when. It's old song. We're gonna sing it again. Gods and men are. We got some gods in the house tonight. See, on the road to hell there was a railroad line. And there was 3 old women all dressed the same. And they was always singing in the back of your mind. Everybody meet the fates. And on the road to hell there was a railroad line. And a lady stepping off a train with a suitcase full of summertime. Persephone, honey. And if you ride that train, if you ride that train, if you ride that train to the end of the line, where the sun don't shine and it's always shady, it's there you'll find King of the Mine, Almighty Mr. Hades. We got any other gods? Oh, right, almost forgot. On the road to hell there was a railroad station, and a man with feathers on his feet who can help you to your final destination. Mr. Hermes, that's me. You see, someone's got to tell the tale, whether or not it turns out well. Maybe it will turn out this time. On the road to hell, on the railroad line, it's a sad song. It's a sad tale, it's a tragedy. It's a sad song. We're gonna sing it anyway. Now not everyone gets to be a god, and don't forget that times are hard. Hard times in the world of men. Let me introduce you to a few of them. You can tip your hats and your wallets with your pennies or your pearls to the hardest working chorus in the God's almighty world. And working just as hard for you. Let's see what this crew can do. A friend of mine, and this boy was a musician on the railroad line on the road to hell. You might say the boy was touched the gods themselves. Give it up for Orpheus. Orpheus. There was one more soul on this road. Girl, come on in from the cold. On the railroad line on the road to hell. There was a young girl looking for something to eat. And brother, thus begins the tale of Orpheus and Eurydice. It's a love song. Tale of a love from long ago. It's a sad song. We're gonna sing it even so. It's an old song. It's an old tale from way back when. And we're gonna sing, we're gonna sing, we're gonna sing it again.
Kurt Elling, that was great. You're about to make your Broadway debut. This is your Broadway debut.
This is my theater debut from the time I was in high school. All the rest of the time, I've been 30 years on the road as a jazz musician with my own bands and guesting with other bands and such like, and now I get to have this adventure.
What has this adventure been like?
Oh, it's a thrill. I mean, I love to be challenged. I always want to be learning new things. When I'm on the road, I'm always trying to meet other musicians and find out, because every person you meet, every musician you meet has an incredible galaxy of memories and songs and harmonies, ideas and notes and stories to tell, and I'm just hungry for all of that.
As you mentioned, you're a Grammy-winning jazz vocalist. How did you have to adapt for this role?
Well, I have to sing higher than I would like to.
Oh.
Yeah, man, they wrote all of this for a tenor, which I am not. So, especially not at this hour of the morning. But that's the hardest part. I mean, there's not the kind of blowing space that I'm used to, but that's not really important because it's not a part of the function of the art form. You know, jazz has its history and it has its traditions and its habits and its creative resources and the stories to tell. And musical theater is an equally rich, flavorful experience. And so, you know, as I say, I like to learn stuff. So let me, you know, put the harness on me for this, and I'll give this the best that I can.
Let's talk to Liam Robinson for a minute.
Okay.
Liam, hi.
A long-time listener, first-time caller.
You are the musical director for Hadestown. First of all, would you introduce everybody in the band?
Great. Okay, I'm not going to screw this up. We got Marika Hughes on the cello. Give it up for Dana Lynn on the violin. Ben Porowski on the drums. We got Mariel Bilston on the trombone. Christopher Tordini on the bass. Ilusha Tsanadze on the guitar.
So we said to you, can you bring some of the staff and some of the crew down, and you can make it really a small group and put them on stage?
Yeah, we can do that.
You can do that?
Yeah,
How did you do that as a musical director?
we'll bring everybody. Yeah, how about that?
Tell me about directing this group. What has been the challenge of directing this group?
What are the challenges of directing this group? This is, a lot of these musicians were in the show when we were off Broadway in 2016, so this show has had a long history, even with just the folks that you see on stage, let alone before that. So yeah, I joined years into Aeneas writing this show, and it was an honor for me to also be like one of the arrangers in the show. I arranged for the voices in this show, which was like, I don't know about a challenge, but that was like one of my great pleasures, is arranging for the many beautiful voices that come through our building.
Kurt, we're talking about Greek myths here. Why is Hermes an interesting character for you?
Oh, it's such a meta role. There are so many layers of consciousness that I get to try to inhabit. I get to tell the story to the audience, and I'm used to not having a fourth wall anyway, so that fits with me. I can talk to people, and it's no vibe. So I tell the audience, in which case I don't think the other characters can hear what I'm saying, because they're inhabiting the reality of the story. And then sometimes I'm in the story, sometimes I'm sort of in-ish the story, and I'm sort of trying to maneuver things and everything like that. And then, of course, there's my own consciousness as a person telling this story to this audience on this day with the news of the world happening and how this story plays into that or comments on that. And so every night there's some other layer. I'm really trying hard to get as much of the right messages across with nuance and with the clarity that it needs. So when you ask about jazz musicians say, "Oh man, it must be like a straitjacket." It's really not. It's such an exploration, and of course the actors that I'm working with are so beautiful and inspiring. And so every night there's, you're interacting with people of a very high level of intense creativity. And so even if the actual stuff that's written down is the thing that's supposed to happen, there's, you're humans, and you're breathing it and you're living it. So it's a thrill for me.
Did you check in with past Hermes?
I did ask around, and I did solicit advice, and I didn't get any back.
Wah, wah. You have an album coming out.
I do.
Yes.
Which one is it?
I don't know. You recently released a solo
Well,
album.
I have. Yeah, there's a duo record with my friend Christian Sands. It's Wildflowers, Volume 3. We have a Wildflower series. Jazz musicians, we don't see each other enough usually, and you always meet, and then it's gone in a heartbeat. And usually there's all this rigmarole to make a record. But why not? Like, if we've been practicing forever, we should just be able to go into the studio and sing some songs and do some stuff and do it. So we just grab them on the way. So there's a Wildflowers series. And I've got a big band record coming out in February that will be called In the Brass Palace. Ooh, it's exciting. Yeah, that's going to be big. I'm excited about that. Thank you for asking.
Of course. How are you balancing the two?
Well, let's see. Last week I did the Tuesday 1 show and the Wednesday 2 shows, and then I got on a plane to fly to Stockholm because I had to do got to do a concert in Stockholm with Yellow Jackets, and then we went to a town in Poland that only Paulo can pronounce, Szot. Yeah. Yeah, see. And then Bratislava, and then I got on the plane in Vienna to come back to do the Tuesday show, start the week off again.
Oh. Why don't you have a seat?
Yeah.
Why don't you have a rest? I'm here with Broadway's Hadestown. We'll have more with the cast after a break. This is all of it. You are listening to All of It on WNYC. I'm Alison Stewart. We're airing our special Broadway on the Radio live event with the brand new cast of Hadestown. That cast includes a new Orpheus, played by Jack Wolfe, and a new Eurydice, played by Morgan Dudley. Here they are with a special live performance of Wedding Song on WNYC.
Gonna buy the wedding bands, times being what they are, hard and getting harder all the time.
Love, when I sing my song, all the rivers will sing along, and they're gonna break their banks for us, and with their gold be generous, all are flashing in the pan, all to fashion for your hand. The river's gonna give us the wedding band.
Who's gonna lay the wedding table? Times being what they are, dark and getting darker all the time.
Love, when I sing my song, all the trees gonna sing along, and they're gonna bend their branches down to lay their fruit upon the ground. The almond and the apple and the sugar from the maple. The tree's gonna lay the wedding table.
wedding bed, times being what they are, hard and getting harder all the time.
Love, when I sing my song, all the birds gonna sing along, and they'll come flying from all around to lay their feathers on the ground, and we lie down and eider down, a pillow neath our heads. The birds gonna make the wedding bed,
And the tree's gonna lay the wedding table,
and the river's gonna give us the wedding band.
That was Wedding Song from Broadway's Hadestown, live in the Greene Space. Thank you so much for being with us. We really appreciate it.
Thank you for having us.
Morgan, when we meet Eurydice, Hermes describes her as a runaway from everywhere she's ever been. What is she running away from? What is she looking forward to?
Wow. I think the whole point of her running away is just kind of moving around to survive. And so when she sees trouble, when she sees trouble somewhere, she just wants to make sure that she's safe. Oh, thank you so much. And I don't know if she has a clear vision of what she's looking forward to as far as optimism goes. I think it's more just more food, more shelter. And then when she meets Orpheus, it's the first time that she's realized that she's missing something in her soul, I think.
Orpheus is a character who's a little bit awkward, but he speaks from his heart. He sings from his heart. Tell me about navigating these two sides of Orpheus.
Yeah. Well, I have to say, I was really interested in the idea of this Greek myth sort of hero who is really reluctant to be one. I like the idea of Orpheus being just a sort of everyman, one of the sort of workers in the bar that we set Hadestown in. Who just happens to have this sort of, he's like a vessel to something that's much bigger than him, much greater than him, which I think is a very lovely metaphor, that when this sort of poetry comes to him, it isn't necessarily something that he's very confident in sharing, but it's something that he feels like he should. Yeah.
The wedding song comes right after Orpheus and Eurydice meet. He professes his love for her. How does Eurydice react?
Yeah, I think she's just so taken aback, wow, that's pretty audacious to say, you're going to marry me, and you just looked at me. But I think what's really cool about their story, though, is that Eurydice feels it, too, and feels that connection, and it's something that she's actively running away from, and is yet intrigued by, especially with the difference of energy coming from Orpheus.
What is he saying to her? What is Orpheus saying to her in the wedding song?
Well, I think the love between Orpheus and Eurydice, which seems so wild to us and to an audience to see something so instant, I think it speaks to the myth in that it's this cosmic connection. I think as soon as he locks eyes on Eurydice, he knows that is his whole future. That is now what he lives for. And he has to go through some wild trials within the show for her, and I think as soon as he meets her, that's just a given that he will do that. So I think the wedding song and the sort of beautiful poetry that Aeneas wrote, it's wonderful ways of expressing that love and those feelings. I also think within those sort of epic relationship things, there's space for us to be immature or naive and silly, and that's a really special thing to get to play on stage too.
Hadestown was an album before it was a musical. What was your first reaction to Hadestown? When did you first experience it?
I first saw the Good Morning America performance of the Wait For Me reprise. That was my first.
Really?
Yeah, so I was kind of late. I remember it was 2019 and I had heard it and I was like, wow, that's amazing. And I listened to the original Broadway cast album. And when I moved to New York, Hadestown was one of the first shows that I bought tickets for myself to see. It was the first show I bought tickets for myself to see, and I was absolutely obsessed with it ever since then, and then I got to listen to all the past albums.
And then you got to be on it.
I know, yeah.
How about for you, Jack?
Well, I'm a bit of a fanboy. I came to the show as a fan of Aeneas already and Bonnie Light Horseman, her band, and I discovered the concept album that had so many people that I love, like Bonnie Veg, Justin Vernon, and then this. Oh, I think it's the off-Broadway cast recording that has Damon Duano on it, who again, like another sort of idol of mine. I think the show has such a rich history of amazing like artists who've been involved with it. So I think getting to join, be a small part of that tapestry is like a really special thing. So I take that very seriously, and I'm very grateful.
This is your Broadway debut, but we should put an asterisk because you performed on the West End, as people can hear from your accent.
Well,
what's the difference between New
Idaho.
York and London audiences?
Oh, wow. There is a huge difference. I think it's really, really, it's amazing to do a show here. I think there's such present like energy in the audiences in New York. I think I feel so close to everybody in the building there. There is maybe a slight reservation in audiences in New York. In London, you never really know if they're on your side until the end. Whereas here, it feels like a real sort of family thing. It's, very special.
Now, you've stepped into roles before. You were in Jagged Little Pill, right?
Yeah, definitely.
When you're taking over a role, where does your process begin? Do you start brand new? Do you peek into the other actors' renditions?
My goodness. I mean, like, if I had already seen the show, which Hadestown I had, so of course I have it living in my brain. There's just no way to separate the things. But kind of coming into my own process, I like to try and like meditate and clear my mind of whatever preconceived notion I feel like I should be putting on based off of anything I saw, and just try to really live the text and the language and the words. And in doing that, especially being in this show for so long, I feel like I've really come into my own and found these new decisions that came to me just based off of what I felt about it. And so it's just been a process of learning to trust myself.
And you stepped into the role in Next to Normal in the West End. How did you approach it?
Well, that was a sort of very different kind of vibe. We revived the show, so it had never come to London before. And we were sort of taking the show that had existed on Broadway 15 years ago and trying to sort of revive it for an audience now, I guess. And I mean, that was amazing. I was a huge fan of that show 15 years ago when I was a young teenager, and again, never really thought I'd get to be in the room as part of the creation of a new production of it. So yeah, I guess I had free reign to create a character almost afresh. It's hard, I think, as actors, especially going into roles that have been sort of iconically played by people before, not to feel some sort of level of imposter syndrome or fear that you might let people down, or that that people have something that they're expecting to see. But I think sort of learning to be confident in your portrayal of something is definitely a journey. Yeah, I had the most amazing time. I think also, luckily, with both of these shows, with Next to Normal and with Hadestown, I'm just really, really blessed to be in a company of really incredible actors and people. So we're really doing this as a unit together, which is cool.
What are those keys to?
Oh,
I'm sorry, I have to break.
So I lose them all the time. This just came from rehearsals. If I have them on me, I can't leave them anywhere.
Just had to ask.
So that's why. And I leave them everywhere.
The next song we're going to hear is Epic. Can you set this up for us a little bit?
Oh, me?
Yes.
What? Oh my goodness. Set it up. Okay.
Set me up. Go on.
Yeah.
I really want to know what you think it is.
But I mean, I feel like it's like the first time that you're kind of put on the spot to use Orpheus's gifts, and we kind of get introduced into like what you were saying about how he feels like he has to share this story and explain the world that we're currently living in. And so,
absolutely, yeah.
Why don't you?
Orpheus is like exactly that. It's his poetry to sort of describe what the story of Hades and Persephone is to the audience. And then I think for me, playing the character, for me, my interpretation is a little sort of window into how confident or not so confident he might be in sharing this kind of thing. Yeah.
Okay, you give me that. You get to go off stage, and we'll invite Kurt Elling back on. This is Epic from Hadestown.
Where'd you get that melody?
I don't know, it came to me as if I'd known it all along.
You have. It's an old song, a song of love from long ago. Long time since I heard it though.
You've heard that melody before?
Sure.
Tell me more.
Remember the tale I told you once about the gods?
Which ones?
Hades and Persephone. Remember how it used to be their love that made the world go round?
Yeah, I remember now. But that was long ago.
Tell it again, though.
King of shadows, king of shades, Hades was king of the underworld. But he fell in love with a beautiful lady who walked up above in her mother's greener field. He fell in love with Persephone, who was gathering flowers in the light of the sun. And he took her home to become his queen, where the sun never shone on anyone.
Go on.
The lady loved him and the kingdom they shared, but without her above, not one flower would grow. So King Hades agreed that for half of each year she would stay with him there in his world down below. But the other half she could walk in the sun, and the sun in turn burned twice as bright, which is where the seasons come from, and with them the cycle of the seed and the sickle, and the lives of the people and the birds in their flight,
singing
la, 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 la,
down below and up above. In harmony and rhythm. The gods sang a song of love. And the world sang it with them. But that was long ago, before we were on this road.
That was Epic One from Broadway's Hadestown. We'll be right back with more music and the show's king and queen of the underworld live in the Greene Space at WNYC. This is All of It on WNYC. I'm Alison Stewart. We're airing our special Broadway on the Radio live event with the cast of the Tony Award-winning musical Hadestown. For the first time since the show launched in 2019, all 5 principal cast members are brand new to the show. That includes the new King of Hell himself, Hades, played by Paulo Szot. Here he is with a live performance of Hey Little Songbird from Hadestown.
little songbird, give me a song. I'm a busy man and I can't stay long. I've got clients to call, I've got orders to fill, I've got walls to build, I've got riots to quell, and they're giving me hell back in Hades. Hey, little songbird, got your tongue. Always a pity for one so pretty and young. When poverty comes to clip your wings and knock the wind right out of your lungs, hey, nobody sings on empty.
Strange is the call of this strange man. I wanna fly down and feed at his hand. I want a nice soft place to land. I wanna lie down.
Hey, little songbird, you got something fine. You shine like a diamond down at the mine, and the choice is yours if you're willing to choose. Seeing as you've got nothing to lose, and I could use a canary.
Suddenly nothing is as it was. Where are you now, Orpheus? Wasn't it gonna be the two of us? Weren't we birds of a
Hey, little songbird, let me guess. He's some kind of poet, and he's penniless. Give him your hand, he'll give you his hand to mouth. He'll write you a poem when the power is out. Hey, why not fly south for the winter? Hey, little songbird, look all around you. See how the vipers and vultures surround you, and to take you down, they will pick you clean if you stick around. Such a desperate scene. See people get mean when the chips are down.
That was Hey Little Songbird from Hadestown, featuring the shows Hades and Eurydice, Paulo Szot and Morgan Dudley. We're going to ask to come to the stage Rebecca Naomi Jones, who plays Persephone. You're such a cute couple. Let's start with you and that song. Why does he call her down to the underworld?
I think he saw an invitation before happening in Eurydice's mind, and I think that's the opportunity for him to get his masculine power back after having a huge fight with his wife. You know, he spent so many months away from her, and he prepared a whole new house for her as a reception. And when she arrives, she hates it, everything. So he's very frustrated about that, and he sees Eurydice on the edge of suffering in her own life, and decides to get there and to give her a little push.
Let's get her side of the story.
All right.
What is Persephone? How would you describe her relationship with Hades?
I think it's beautiful the way that in this musical it's set up such that these two people actually do love each other. But I think something that I love so much about the direction of this is that with both couples, there's this kind of dichotomy between the light and the dark, and the hopefulness versus just a sense of nothing is going to go as planned, and I have no hope. And I think where both couples meet is where there's magic. And so I think Persephone loves Hades, but she lives in the natural world, and she lives for the natural world, and she lives in hope, and she holds on to that hope as much as possible. And so I think for Persephone, when she comes down after the 6-month stint for the fall time, and she sees what Hades has created for her, which is, more construction and artificial light and all of these things, it feels to her like an assault of the natural world. So I think that's where this couple kind of struggles with each other.
Yeah, she's right.
You're an opera star. You have a beautiful voice. You've been at the Met Opera. You've also been on Broadway and Juliet. What is common about opera and Broadway?
Common?
Yes.
Okay. Well, they both tell stories. Mm-hmm. They both use human body and the voices in different ways, of course. And but what I like to always point out are the differences, which for me, everybody, that's the first thing. What's the difference? And I say 8 shows a week. In opera we have 2 shows a week and or 3 shows a week. And here that was the biggest challenge for me when I first had my first musical, how to pace, how to learn to do that for 8 shows a week and not be absolutely destroyed.
Mm-hmm. And you use the lower part of your register quite a bit.
Well, that's news for me.
Yes. Oh.
That's news for me. I'm a baritone, so it's in the middle of register of everything of male and between the tenor and the bass. So I get to explore a little bit, and this guy helps a lot. The microphones gives the intimacy that I can explore this kind of color that in opera would be not possible.
Hadestown is a sort of a unique musical. So much is told in verse. How is that for you as someone who's done a lot of Broadway?
I think text is exciting, and I think there's always more to be harvested than we think at first glance. And so, be it verse, be it prose, I just think it's there's just always so many layers, and I think Aeneas did a beautiful job layering a lot of information into these songs. And so I think the storytelling is actually it's so well laid out for us. So it feels like we can trust what's there and just do our job and pay attention to each other and listen and let it ride,
You can go big with Persephone.
Yes.
An actor can go very big with Persephone.
Yes.
What do you like to do with her?
I do like to go big and get weird. I like that she's really hopeful, and I think we meet Persephone in a time in her life where she's self-medicating with alcohol and acting out because she's having a hard time holding on to that hope because so much in the world is informing her otherwise, and things are bad, and she feels out of control and she's spiraling. And so I think there's all this justification for me to just act out and be weird. And so the way I'm enjoying that personally is like lots of unnecessary squats that no one told me to do, just a lot of this for no reason. And I have like a full exorcism on stage where I get to like shake myself and kind of try to box the demons away. And there's a lot of room for fun.
Paulo, what made you want to be in the role of Hades? You could have had a ton of different roles. Why did you choose this one?
Well, first of all, when I first saw the musical, I was in love with the music. You know, I left the show thinking the music is the star of this show. And I was so, you know, excited when they came back to me and proposed to do this. So, and I still think the music, it's incredible. And also to play a role that Hades represents, you know, a big boss, a god, someone who, in a way, has lost his way of seeing the humanity in others and just thinking about the work and the job and get, you know, absolutely into that thing. I think that's the main problem with their marriage. You know, whatever he prepares for Persephone, he thinks is the best, but it's the best in his vision of it. So to play someone like that has such a great, for me, theatrical arc, you know, because he goes through a change in this musical. And then he goes back to what he was. But they leave in a better place in terms of their marriage, if you compare from the beginning of the play. So I think it's a beautiful journey to go through that every day.
And for you, you could have played a ton of roles. Why did you choose Persephone?
I really love being a part of something that is about trying to have hope and trying to connect with each other amidst chaos in the world. And it just, I mean, I'm happy that Persephone happens to be the vessel for me to be a part of that bit of storytelling in general. But yeah, I love that she is capable of deep sadness and garnering deep strength and deep love, and she's fun.
The last song we're going to hear is your song. Would you set it up for us a little bit?
Yes, this is the Act 2 opener. It is kind of like Persephone's little like sneaky drunken cabaret act that she does when her husband, the boss, is not paying attention, and it's really like at her lowest point. I will not be giving you the version where I'm throwing myself around the stage, but yeah, it's kind of like her rebellious moment where she's kind of like taking all of this darkness that she feels and she's kind of just splattering it all over the place.
All right, let's get it set. This is from Hadestown.
Thank you. Step into my office. You boys, but if you're like me, then hanging around this old manhole is bringing you down. 6 feet under, getting under your skin. Cabin fever is a setting in. You're so crazy, stuck in a rut. You could use a little pick-me-up. I can give you what it is you crave. A little something from the good old days. I got the wind right here in a jar. I got the rain on top of the bar. I got sunshine up on the shelf. Allow me to introduce myself. Brother, what's my name? My name is Our Lady of Underground. Brother, what's my name? brother. Let me guess. It's the little things you miss. Spring flowers, autumn leaves. Ask me, brother, and you shall receive. Or maybe these just ain't enough. Maybe you're looking for some stronger stuff. I got a sight for the sorest eye. When was the last time you saw the sky? Wipe away your tears, brother. Brother, I know how you feel. I can see you're blinded by the sadness of it all. But look a little closer and everything will be revealed. Look a little closer and there's a crack in the wall. She's right here waiting in my pay-per-view. How long's it been? A little moonshine ain't no sin. Tell my husband to take his time. What the boss don't know, the boss won't mind.
Thank you so much to the cast of Hadestown. Paulo Szot as Hades. Rebecca Naomi Jones as Persephone. Morgan Dudley as Eurydice. Jack Wolfe as Orpheus. And Hermes Kurt Ellington. And thank you to the band. Everybody give it up for the band. This has been Broadway on the Radio with the new cast of Hadestown. If you want to go back and watch the event, you can find it on WNYC's YouTube page. There's more All of It on the way. Coming up next hour, 2 plays you want to catch before they close. First, we'll speak with actor Bobby Cannavale and director Scott Ellis about the Broadway show Art. It's a play about 3 friends who just can't seem to agree on the value of a very, very expensive abstract painting. Then the off-Broadway play Queens, which follows a group of immigrant women living in a basement apartment, all trying to achieve their piece of the American dream. Pulitzer Prize winner Martina Mayok joins me alongside actors Marin Ireland, Anna Klumsky, and Julia Lester. That's coming up after the break. Stay with us.